What's up, you guys? Hope you're doing well. So I actually want to just pop on a video because I actually got a new toy today. It's a new Shure microphone. It's something I've been wanting to do for a longest time because one of the comments that I get on a lot of my videos is people say, Rob, is there anything you can do to upgrade your sound quality? It's cutting in and out. There is not as consistent sound. So if you guys maybe recognize this guy, it's something I got like 6 years ago just to do like Zoom calls and things of that nature. So I decided to take the plunge and get the best microphone that people recommend, and it's apparently this Shure microphone. But I learned suddenly that this is massively way more technical. There's a lot of wires and things involved with this one that I did not have to do with this other microphone. So I wanted to do a quick sound check, and maybe you guys can let me know, how's the sound quality? Is it improving? Is it doing better? And I also thought it could be fun to use this opportunity to actually do some quick reviews of sales pages, because I was actually on Twitter the other day and someone said, someone should do some reviews of these Gumroad sales pages. And I was like, that is right up my alley. So I actually want to do it super fast because I've actually got, some plans this afternoon, but I wanted to set a quick timer and see if we could knock out these reviews in just 10 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer, and what I want to do for these two different sales pages, I want to say, 3 things I really like about them, the 3 things I think that are doing well, and 3 massive opportunities for these sales pages. And I think that if you guys can see these lessons, you will be able to, make better edits to sales pages that you're writing to improve the conversions and to improve the overall sales performance of the pages that you're writing. Because, typically I find that, a lot of people jump into editing mode right away, and it's like, no, let yourself, compliment yourself on the things that you're doing well, and then see if you can find those opportunities to fill in the gaps. And that's really how I kind of approach these edits. So this is a course that I have seen floating around on Twitter quite a bit. It is by Ed Lattimore and J.K. Molina. It's actually how to essentially go viral on Twitter. And the headline on this one is kind of crazy. It's like, get triple-digit likes and double-digit retweets per tweet, even after the 2021 algorithm changes, introducing the templates. And so it reads, it's using a very aggressive set marketing style, which, we love as fellow copywriters. And one of the things I think that they do incredibly well with this product and with this particular sales page is the name itself of the product. This is something that I always spend a lot of time on that some people just like gloss right over in terms of copywriting. I've actually gone in and actually renamed products. But look at this one. It's called The Templates, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to go viral on Twitter. You want the easy thing. You want, a library. It implies that it is plentiful. It is immediately useful. It's insanely practical. And so I think that the name of this product in and of itself is insanely powerful, because what do people want when they're struggling to go viral on Twitter? Typically, they're probably not necessarily doing a lot of writing. They want templates. They want to steal this stuff. So I love the name of this product. And that's one of the things I loved right away is the templates. Also, another thing that this page does really, really well in terms of how it's able to potentially, I've seen things that say this page has done over like 6 figures in sales in the launch week. And one of the reasons I would say that is the case is because how much this copy blends into Twitter itself. When I was actually reading through the page a little bit, like if we hit, if you're on mobile and you were to actually view this on mobile, it even looks more similar. But let me go over to Twitter just as a tweet really fast and tell me that this coloring and this font is not exactly the same, which, I'm sure that they're using Twitter as the primary way to kind of sell this product. But like, look at this. You're on one environment and it's like, you're at the top, you see the headline, it stands out. And then immediately it's like, oh my gosh, am I back in Twitter right now? This font is like insanely similar. So anytime you're able to, create an environment that's very similar to where your prospects are coming from, it's called congruency. And if you're able to do that, it's a really nice way to, make people not necessarily feel uncomfortable or that you're trying to sell them. It's like, am I in Twitter right now? Because if you click the link in this dude's bio, it's probably, it's going to feel like that. It's going to feel a lot like you're actually on Twitter. Like, look at the similarities between these fonts and this background color. It's insane. It's like almost the exact same thing. So that's very, very well done. Also, another thing this page does insanely well, it's a little bit further down, is there, remember we're talking about the templates, the library. They've got this massive swipe file of tweets that you can steal from. Look at these GIFs, how interactive they are. They imply that there's a lot of things going on, but you can't really do anything with them, right? So it's like, okay, there is this system, there's this process that they have, and there's all these tweets. What do they mean? And I think that is just a massive curiosity element that kind of pulls this page to be like, okay, they're aggregating something. How can I make use of this? Because this is all actually publicly available information. These are public tweets, and they're using them in their marketing to kind of pull you in and be like, okay, what is this one? I see 6,000 likes on this tweet. What is going on here? And I think a lot of that is really helping the performance of this page do really well. Right from the name, anytime you nail the name of a product, that's a really good sign. And then also, blending that elements in it, and then these really, really curiosity invoking GIFs. It's a nice use of a GIF, I would say. Okay, so let's talk opportunities, things that you could potentially do better that I think would really, really improve the performance of this page. All right, let's go back up to the top because I took some notes on this. Also, look at this subhead. Get paid $2K per month as a ghostwriter by JK, which I think that's one of the co-founders of this product. It's included free with your purchase. And guys, how much of a cool benefit of that is get paid $2K per month. It's a huge benefit, way more than the cost of the program. As a ghostwriter, it's included free with your purchase. And look on the page. That is mentioned like one more time, and it's at the very, very, very bottom. It's like bonus thing you get. How to do that. I think that's a massive opportunity that's just left off the table. Is like, anytime you're able to bring a benefit that is outsized, the price of the product is what, $247? And you're saying you can make $2K a month just doing what you learn in the program as a ghostwriter. It's only mentioned one other time. I think it's a massive benefit. It's in the subhead. It's only mentioned one other line of text here. I think you expand that copy, make it its own bullet point, kind of talk about that benefit a little bit more. I think that would really help this. Also, there is, one thing that they do, they have a really nice name for the product, the templates. But one thing I don't think is well executed here, or that could at least be improved upon, is the actual unique mechanism itself. Because anytime you are selling a product or writing copy for a product, what you want to do is you typically want to say, this is a new thing. It's totally different than anything that you've experienced before. Because if your prospects are just thinking better or, different, and you don't want just better, you want different. And they allude, and you typically do that through a unique mechanism, a unique way of solving a unique pain point. And I don't think they necessarily flesh this out very well. So this is where I got to in the text that said, the big thing that they're alluding to is that these big accounts know something that you don't. They've unconsciously absorbed all of this virality traits. And so that when they go to write a tweet, they just do it. They have this mental library of data that's helping them go viral. And it's only mentioned essentially in one line of text. They don't actually flesh that out of how you can kind of, put this data, get a data dump essentially into your mind of all these different ways of, writing these viral tweets and things of that nature so that you can reach this level of unconscious creation one day as well. That's literally like the one line of the unique mechanism. And then everything else is just kind of talking about these templates and this viral threads that you can kind of copy from. So I think it could just be more fleshed out and kind of alluded to up at the top, because either it needs to be sold as like a quick fix, like a simple mechanism that you solve for, this immediate thing, these templates that go right away, and that's the solution. Or you need to say, you can reach this level of unconsciousness by tapping into this specific data library that we have. Otherwise, it needs to be sold as a quick fix thing. Next, they do this thing at the very bottom, and this is the final opportunity I think I wanted to highlight, where they talk about, think $247 is too expensive. Here's what costs more than that. Your time getting frustrated, your not going viral. You could make that up in just one sale. Potentially doing this ghostwriting thing. I think that's a really wasted opportunity in terms of how this copy is fleshed out. Because if you genuinely believe this is a major objection of your core target market, then $247 is expensive. Don't say it here at the top. Like, it literally says enroll for just $247, and that's the top thing. So if that's a major objection, don't put that. Use one of your other buttons where it's like, give me access now. I think, in terms of what this is, it's what you call a white elephant, which is when you say too expensive, immediately the prospect is like, oh, maybe I wasn't even having that thought, but now I am. So I think that's just something that I wouldn't use this space to actually do some writing on. I would just actually use it to expand on the benefits and actually flesh out this ghostwriting opportunity to potentially make $2,000 a month. And that's how I would improve this page. But overall, really solid. Anytime you nail the name of a product, you're pretty much down the right track. So how much time do we have left? Oh, only actually 1 minute. So I'm going to stop this timer, and I think we might actually have to go over it a little bit. Let's see if we can get the next one done in just 4 minutes. And I'll hit start. And I'm going to go over to this other one, and I'll try to get through it much faster. Okay. So this one is for a call So this one is for a course called Cold Email Mastery, and it's a course taught by the cold email wizard himself. His name's Daniel. I've actually seen him do some really cool videos on my buddy Chase Diamond's channel on YouTube, and he knows cold email. So this is just me kind of taking a look at the actual sales copy and the marketing copy for this program. So some things I like right from the get-go. Right here at the top, we see that there is a massive number of people that have actually taken this program, 3,628. I love the specificity there. And I also love that he's already introducing a unique mechanism, a unique way of solving the cold email frustrations people have right here in the headline, the CEM framework. So he's talking about it. And also notice that he gets to the guarantee right away. You could get these close 4 or 5 or even 6-figure B2B deals on demand or your money back. Now, that's a pretty bold guarantee, and I love that he's putting that right there up at the top of the page. Like, that is a well-executed lead where you're automatically talking about this unique mechanism, and you have an insane guarantee. 2 good things right away that I love that he's putting at the top, and I love that specificity there to generate over $4 million, which I guess he's documenting, which is really cool. Also, another thing he does insanely well is document his success stories. Like, I am envious of how well he's documented his success stories. Look at all these screenshots on Twitter of people just saying, I bought this, learned how to scrape data, sent 50 emails, got 3 sales, 15K per month. Oh my gosh, insane result. $1,200 retainer, 6 hours per month. Look at all, I mean, it's just on and on. It's pages of this stuff. What a great documenting process. I mean, like, give this guy a standing O for how well he's done here documenting this stuff. Excellent job. I think this is actually really strong. And like, this level of social proof makes you feel insanely safe to make a decision, which is one of our key elements of influence, which we know can help, boost the response of a sales page. So those are the things I think he does really well. And let's talk about some opportunities. Right from the start, one thing I think that this page does a lot, and this is something that, it's just something you have to learn when you get into the flow of copy, is that it introduces insanely bold claims. Like, for example, you're only one cold email away from anything you want. And then it doesn't address the skepticism. Anytime you have a claim that is that bold, something that's like, you can have anything in life that you want from cold email, you've got to address that skepticism that comes into people right away. Because what are you automatically thinking? Especially right here in the lead. You're thinking, I don't believe you, man. I don't believe you. And they say, but that's only if you know how to scrape email addresses without any prospect you want. I think this is just jumping to the point of, like, you're overwhelming people without entertaining them in the beginning. You're not sucking me into a story. You're using words like B2B services, and you're making these claims without really addressing that skepticism that comes right behind it. I think he could just be like, look, when you're selling B2B, there's only one thing that you need to know. It's going to get you in touch with every single possible decision maker and anyone you want to talk to. It's cold email. It's the 2 words we've learned, are the sketchiest thing in the world. People say it doesn't work, but I have this program that has the most success stories. In fact, there are over 3,628 of them, because I use a totally different method that flips a lot of things on its head. And I want to show you how that process works, or, whatever it is. And I think it would do a lot better just by, calling out that skepticism. People don't like cold email, and it's really unbelievable that it's anything you want. Also, another thing I see is this use of B2B a lot. So it looks like we hit our timer, so I'm just going to stop it there. But we'll just finish up this video real fast here. So the things I don't like is this. It's an interesting choice of words talking about this B2B space. I don't know if most people who are interested in doing cold email consider themselves as B2B right away. There's an education element that may be missing. It's an interesting choice of language. And I would be curious if he would split test this to say, freelancer, agency owner, paid marketer, or something like that. I'd be curious to see the breakdown on who his types of customers are, but that's just an interesting identity thing. I just wanted to flag that. I don't necessarily think it's a big opportunity. I just flagged it. Another thing, he has this insane guarantee. If you scroll down the page just a little bit, it is like, down here, he's like, if you don't close a client using this method in 60 days, I will personally refund you all of your money. How good of a guarantee is that? If you literally use this program and you don't close the deal, he's going to refund you your money. So that should be the lead. That's what I was going to say, is this actually should be more prominent in the lead, and it should almost be positioned as a challenge. Join these people, in these 3,000 people who've done this to generate over $4 million using this method in this, 60-day challenge. And if you don't actually close the client in 60 days, all your money back. And here's how it works. And, just kind of go into it like that. I think the guarantee should be fleshed out more. It should not be down here. You got to say your best stuff like higher up on the page. But I don't like how low it is. I would highlight it more. And finally, the last thing over here is just talking about how he's done some upselling on the page. And notice he has the core course, this scraping system included, plus video, sales letters, and then you can get all three for $395. So this is interesting, and I'd be curious to see how the data breaks down, because, obviously you don't want to critique things without actually knowing how it's working. But none of these other courses and none of these other things are actually mentioned on the page at all. And maybe he does some mentioning of it in his marketing, so it may improve the performance of it. But I would actually rather see him sell the $395 version and then have the stripped down version as the downsell, rather than these upsells without the presence or the highlighting of these other programs. And maybe he does some marketing of them outside of this, so that may change things slightly. But it's just interesting to kind of see that he doesn't anchor the high price and then have a downsell. I've always had more success in actually flipping it. Have it where you sell it at the higher price, including those things, and then having the opportunity to do some downselling down the road. Just something to be kind of curious about, or potentially even moving it to be the middle option and having a stripped down version. If you're thinking about that Economist ad where they had two versions which were essentially the same, but it was a way better deal if you chose the one that was actually, online plus digital, something like that, to really drive the conversions of one in particular. But if you don't mention the bonuses, it's very hard to imagine they're selling. So that's 2 quick reviews. And I know we went over the 10 minutes, but I just kind of started going on a riff. But hopefully you guys liked this video. And if you did, drop me a like down below and let me know how's the sound quality with this new microphone. And have a great rest of the day, guys. And enjoy your weekend.